So how exactly do you teach your Siberian Husky to learn its name? It might seem like a complete given when you're getting your new Siberian Husky, but when you stop to think about it, it might actually be a little bit of a complicated process. But don't worry, because that is exactly what I'm going to help you with in today's video. Welcome back to the Fenrir Siberian Husky Show. If you are new here, my name's Will. I'm a canine behaviourist and I'm the founder and CEO here at FenrirCanineLeaders.com. And this channel is dedicated to helping you learn everything you could ever want to know about the glorious Siberian Husky and then how to become a high-level canine leader that's capable of raising perfect Siberian Huskies first time round. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, I promise you this channel's for you. So hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell and you'll never miss a future Siberian Husky video. So let's dive into today's video and we're going to be talking about teaching your new Siberian Husky puppy its name. Now, before we dive into how you actually do it, there's a part of the theory and principle that is really important that you understand as a high-level canine leader. You must understand that your Siberian Husky has no concept that it has a name, nor will we ever be able to teach them that they have a name. It is a completely foreign concept, and in the world of canine psychology and behavior, is something that they will never understand. However, that being said, I do think it's incredibly important that we teach our Siberian Huskies to respond to a vocal cue that we deem to be their name. However, it's important that we know that what their name actually is nothing more than a command or a cue similar to sit or heel or down or place. Their name is just another command that we add to our training, and that command needs to be stop what you're doing, look up to me for guidance and direction because I'm about to ask you to do something.
Hey guys, very quickly, I just wanted to interrupt and let you know about our bootcamp program if you've never heard of it before. It's the program that as a canine behaviorist I use every single day with all of the clients and all of the bad behavior cases that I work with to high levels of success. It is focused on teaching you how to become a high level canine leader that is able to restructure the relationship with your dog so that they see you as that leader and they know to look up to you for guidance and direction. When we achieve that, we can then finally address those bad behavior problems and get to the point of having the perfect canine companion that you've always dreamed of. So if you want more information about our bootcamp program, the link will be down in the description box below. But until then, let's get back to the video you were just watching.
Now let's take an example, and let's say that we've got a Siberian Husky called Bob, who's our new puppy. Anytime that we would actually be using that name with our Siberian Husky Bob, it will usually be along the lines of Bob, no, Bob, stop, Bob, come here, Bob, stay, Bob, sit. It always is a version of either snapping them out of something, getting their attention back to you because you're then about to ask them to do something else, which is why, as a good canine leader, you're going to teach your Siberian Husky the concept that then that noise that comes out of your mouth, we as humans, when we're communicating with other humans, can deem that that word happens to be the dog's name, and that's how we differentiate our dogs and talk about our dogs. But in that relationship with our dog, we are having a relationship with a dog, not another human, and it's absolutely critical that we treat our dogs as dogs and we always come at it from their point of view and understanding it from their psychological point of view. So that noise that comes out of your mouth, your dog has zero comprehension what that means and will never understand that that is their name. We need to get them to understand that those words, that noise that's coming out of your mouth that you have decided is the dog's name, nothing to do with the dog, simply means stop what you're doing and look at me because I'm about to ask you to do something else. So brilliant. If you can grasp that concept before we move on, you are already so far past the vast majority of owners, it's unreal. But if you can grasp that concept, brilliant, well done. But then the next question is, well, how do we actually go about doing that? Well, again, don't worry. In our Perfect Puppy program that thousands of people have now gone through to raise perfect canine companions, this is something that we start from day one, the second you bring your dog home, and we use it as part of our Fenrir basic obedience drill. It's the drill that we use when we're working on obedience, building that relationship with the dog that's vitally important. And it's how we layer up other basic obedience commands, such as sit, down, heel, stay, all of those things. But when it comes to teaching their dog the name, it's one of the very, very first things that we're working on. And to teach it, we use a very simple process of lure, mark, reinforce. So we use a food lure. Again, this is all in the course in detail, but I'm going to give you a quick overview now so you can understand the concept and the principle. But you get the dog's attention with a piece of food lure so that they're following it around. It can be a bit of dry food, something a bit fancier. It really doesn't matter. And you get the dog and you lure them up and you bring the food up to your nose. We don't cover our eyes because what we want to do is really work on that eye contact so that we can communicate and build on top of that relationship that is vital and comes before anything else when we're working with our dogs and living with our dogs. So we bring them up. When they get that eye contact, the dog looking up, we mark that with the command of their name. So we get their eye contact. Bob, yes, good Bob, good, yes. We praise, reinforce, reward. So we've lured them, we've marked it with their name, and then we reinforce and reward. So brilliant. Now what we need to understand is that yes, we're getting that desired response. We drill it as part of our basic obedience drill, and we drill it and we drill it and we drill it, and the dog will get fantastic. But ultimately, they are following the food in your hand, and we need to come away from that as the dog gets older and as we develop and we build up on top of these foundation periods. It's the same thing when you teach a husky to sit. We will use a luring based approach, but when we've got a 4-year-old husky, we don't want to have to lure them with a piece of food to get them to sit down. That's completely against the point of what we're trying to achieve. So eventually we start to get that lure and we bring it a little bit away from our face. Now what you will notice is the husky will still be focusing on that piece of food, but what we want to do as good leaders with excellent timing and a bit of finesse is that we wait for them. They're looking at the food, they're not getting the food, they're used to getting the food when they're following it, and they might be a little bit confused, and they look up at you, looking up at you for guidance and direction as their calm, consistent leader. Incredibly important, informs so much more of the bigger picture of having a perfect canine companion. The second we get their eyes off of the food and up to us, mark it with their name and we reinforce it. And again, we put the repetitions in, we practice and we drill. And a breed as smart as a Siberian Husky will very quickly understand, it's not just following the food, it's actually making that eye contact. When I make that eye contact, when I look up at them and they use that word, that noise that comes out their mouth, and I look up at them for guidance and direction, I get praise and I get reinforcement and I get reward. All the good things in life that we want to give to our dogs. We slowly remove that lure and we start replacing it with simply just the command, and then we reinforce. And then later on, much further down the plan, we can start to remove the reinforcement and utilizing purely our relationship. And that command simply then becomes, stop what you're doing, look up to me, I'm about to ask you what to do. So we can use name followed by heel, name followed by sit, name followed by our recall command. And it all can be layered up on top of that. But having that ability to snap a dog out of whatever it's doing and look up to us for guidance and direction is such a powerful tool, and something that you can and should be working on from the second you bring your puppy home. Now, like I say, if you do want more help with raising your Siberian Husky puppy, that is exactly what our Perfect Puppy program is in, and we've got loads more details on teaching a dog its name in that program. But I hope that gave you a really kind of quick overview and the principles and theories, because I do really believe that it's important that you, as a high-level canine leader, understand why we do what we do, not just what to do. Because if you understand the why, then that takes you to the next level as a canine leader. And then you don't need to spend a fortune on professionals when things go wrong, because you can deal with it yourself. And that's exactly what we're trying to achieve here at Fenrir. It's to help you become a high-level canine leader so you can have a perfect canine companion. And then these wonderful dogs that we love aren't going to shelters, aren't living lives with bad behavior and in a negative spiral scenario and environment, and they're not unfortunately being put down. So get after it, put in the work, put in the repetitions, become a high-level canine leader, and I promise you'll have a perfect Siberian Husky. So if you did enjoy it, thumbs up button, hit that. It's always appreciated when you do. It helps us out here on the channel. Hit that subscribe button and notification bell if you do want to see more of our Siberian Husky videos. We've got 2 videos coming to this channel every single week, so there's going to be tons of content to help you have that perfect Siberian Husky you've already dreamed of. So I can't wait to see you on the next episode of the Fenrir Siberian Husky Show.